We have all been there. It is 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night. You are tired after a long day of work and you reach into your pantry for that big bag of Kirkland jerky, or you are about to prep a family-sized salad with that bulk-sized Caesar dressing. You bought it at Costco, so you feel safe. You feel like you made a smart, responsible choice for your household. After all, we paid that $65 or $130 membership fee specifically so Costco can act as our professional gatekeeper. We trust them to vet the quality of every single item on those massive or-in shelves so we do not have to. As we move through early 26, that trust is being put to its ultimate test. Costco has just issued a series of urgent warnings that are, quite frankly, terrifying to anyone who values their family's safety. We are not just talking about a little bit of off-label or a minor labeling error that only affects a few people. We are talking about weary metal fragments found embedded in me-farmed plastic shards hidden in dressings, and bottles of Prosecco that are spontaneously exploding in people-less wine cellars like glass grenades. The most dangerous part of this situation is the scale. Because of Costco Expo buying model, these items are not just sitting in a few dozen kitchens. They are stockpiled in millions of pantries across the United States and Canada. If you bought certain staples anytime between late 2024 and today, you might be sitting on a ticking time bomb. We are going beyond the surface level headlines. We are going to look at the 5 specific warnings Costco needs you to hear right now. We will look at the exact law codes you need to check, unite the science of why these industrial failures are happening more frequently in 26, and the major changes coming to how you even enter the warehouse. By the end of this video, you are going to need to do a 20-minute audit, because the bulk buy dream can quickly become a pantry nightmare if you are not paying attention to what is lurking behind those Kirkland labels. Let us start with the most immediate physical threat, which is warning number 1. Costco has just flagged a massive contamination crisis involving what I call the farmware in your food. The lead case here is the Golden Island Korean BBQ pork jerky. Now, if you are a Costco regular, you know this stuff is a legendary fan favorite. It is sweetened. It is usually the perfect high-protein snack for a road trip or a long hike. However, the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service recently dropped a bombshell report stating that over 2.7 million pounds of this product have been flagged for containing weary metal fragments. Think about the physics of that for a moment. We are not talking about a stray grain of sand or a piece of husk. We are talking about industrial wire, potentially from the machinery used to slice or process the meat, getting sheared off and embedded deep into the jerky fibers. If you ingest this, it is not just a dental nightmare, it is a trip to the emergency room for internal lacerations. What makes this particularly urgent for you right now is the shelf life trap. This jerky has a massive window of distribution. We are seeing best by dates that stretch all the way into September 23, 2026. This means that even if you bought this bag 6 months ago and tucked it away in your emergency snack bin, your camping gear, or your basement stockpile, it is still a hazard. You might ask, how do 0.2 million pounds of meat get contaminated with metal in a modern factory? In 2026, food processing has become incredibly fast to keep up with the demands of a global population. To keep those Costco prices low, these plants run at breakneck speeds. Typically, there are magnetic traps and X-ray metal detectors on every line. But when a piece of wire is thin enough or oriented at a specific angle, they can slip through the X-rays density check. This points to a systemic failure in the maintenance of the slicing blades at the Golden Island facility. But it does not stop with jerky. There is a secondary, equally concerning recall on Venture of Foods Caesar dressing. This is the stuff used in many of the pre-packaged Caesar salads and even in some of the food court preparations. The warning here involves hard plastic pieces. Unlike metal, plastic is almost impossible for standard metal detectors to find. If you have a 32-ounce bottle of this in your fridge, you need to check the lot codes immediately. Do not just throw the jerky in the trash and forget about it. Costco needs the data from your return. When you return these items, they trap the lot codes, which helps them pressure the suppliers to fix their factories. Get your refund. We go to Costco for the value, but we did not sign up for extra iron in the form of industrial wire. Go to your pantry right now and look for Golden Island jerky. Look for those September 2026 dates. If you see them, seal the bag with duct tape and put it in your return to Costco bin immediately. If the jerky was about internal hazards. Warning number 2 is about external physical safety. This is perhaps the most bizarre and urgent warning on our list because it involves a product many of us use for celebrations, Kirkland's signature Prosecco Vald by N. Specifically, item number 1,879,870th. For the past few months, reports have been trickling in from across North America, and they have now reached a fever pitch of fissure, describing these bottles spontaneously shattering. Note that I did not say they are exploding only when you try to open them. People are reporting that these bottles are spontaneously shattering while simply sitting on the shelf or in a wine rack. To understand why this is happening, we have to look at the science of sparkling wine. A bottle of Prosecco is under immense internal pressure, usually between 5 and 6 atmospheres. That is roughly double or triple the pressure in your colliers. The glass is specifically designed to hold that pressure, but only if the structural integrity of the bottle is absolutely perfect. Costco's latest warning suggests that a specific batch of these bottles has a manufacturing defect, likely micro fissures or uneven glass thickness. When you combine that high internal pressure with even a slight change in room temperature, like your air conditioning ticking on or off, the glass fails. When it fails, it does not just crack, it explodes, sending shards of glass several feet in every direction. Initially, Costco tried to keep this recall regional, focusing on the Midwest, but in late 2025 and moving into 2026, members in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, and even Florida have reported similar exploding bottle incidents. This suggests the bad glass was not limited to one single shipment. It is a supply chain-wide issue for item number 1,879,870th. If you have this Prosecco in your house, and do not just walk up to it and grab it by the neck. Treat it with the respect you would give an unexploded firework. First, use the blast-own protocol. Wear a protection and gloves. I know it sounds like overkill for a bottle of wine, but a glass shard in the eye will change your life forever in the worst way. Carefully wrap the bottle in a thick kitchen towel. This ensures that if it does pop while you are moving it, the shards are contained within the fabric. Consider your disposal options. Costco is actually advising some members not to bring these back into the warehouse if they look compromised or if the member feels unsafe transporting them. They want you to take a clear photo of the lock code and the receipt, then safely dispose of it in a thick plastic bin. You do not want a bottle of Prosecco exploding in your car on the way to the returns desk. Why is this happening more now? In 2026, the global glass shortage has led many bottling plants to seek out alternative glass suppliers. It seems Costco's supplier might have cut a corner that is now literally popping up in our homes. Moving on to warning number 3. This is what I call the silent risk, because unlike a piece of metal or an exploding bottle, you cannot see, smell, or hear this one, which is the inspection gap. In a massive recent alert, Costco notified members about a significant batch of Allen Family Foods white chicken chili, specifically the 8-pack shelf-stable variety. On the surface, the headline was simply that the products skipped import inspection. You might think that is just a paperwork error, but in the world of food safety, uninspected is just another word for unpredictable. When meat products are imported, in this case components from Canada, they are required by federal law to undergo a secondary benefit of import inspection at the border. This is where USDA inspectors physically open a percentage of the pallets to check for temperature, abuse, seal integrity, and pathogens like Listeria or Salmonella. By skipping this step, these 8 packs of chili bypassed the final firewall of safety. Because these are shelf-stable products, they rely on a perfect vacuum seal and precise high-heat processing. If the seal was compromised during transit in, Instead inspection that shelf-stable chili could be harboring dangerous anaerobic bacteria. We are also seeing this silent risk in the trendy Dubai-style chocolate bars and other high-end imports Costco has brought in to keep up with viral trends. Several batches were flagged not for being spoiled, but for federal labeling mismatch regarding allergens. Here is the nuance you need to know. The labels listed gluten as an allergen, but failed to explicitly list wheat. But for someone with a severe wheat allergy, this distinction is a matter of life or death. In 2026, the FDA has moved toward a zero-tolerance policy on allergen labeling, and Costco is being forced to pull products off the shelf even if the food itself is technically fine. If you have an emergency food stash or a prep per bin, check it tonight. We often buy these shelf-stable items and forget them for 2 years. If you have the white chicken chili or the Kirkland imported specialty chocolates, check the establishment number inside the USDA circle on the back. If it matches the recall list, do not risk it. Even if a can is not bulging, the lack of inspection means the safety guarantee is void. Costco's supply chain is more global than ever, but as we have seen in early 26, the further the food travels, the more chances there are for the safety net to tear. Now, warning number 4 moves us out of the pantry and into the warehouse itself. This is a warning about your access to the store. If you have not been to a Costco in the last few weeks, you are in for a massive sharp. The era of the friendly wave as you flash your card to the employee at the door is officially dead. Costco has just issued a global mandate for the rollout of entrance verification scanners. And this is not just a simple barcode reader. When you approach the door now, you are required to scan your physical or digital card. Instantly, a high-resolution version of your membership photo pops up on a tablet for the attendant to see. In some test locations in 2026, they are even integrated with facial recognition match check software to ensure the person holding the card is the actual person on the account. If your photo is old, blurry, or missing, you will be flagged. You will not be allowed to shop. Instead, you will be diverted to the membership desk, which usually has a line 40 minutes long on a busy weekend. You have to understand the math of Costco to understand why they are being so aggressive about this. Costco operates on razor-thin margins. They barely make a profit on the rotisserie chicken or the milk. The markup is capped at around 14 to 15%. The real profit, the money that keeps the lights on and allows them to keep prices low, comes from membership fees. In their 2026 strategy briefings, Costco revealed that membership fees account for roughly 70% of their net profit. When you borrow a friend's card to buy a hot dog or a television, you are directly hitting Costco's bottom line. That is why the food court lock is now universal. In 2026, you can no longer even approach the kiosk for a soda without scanning an active membership card. To avoid a headache, open your Costco app right now. If your photo looks like a pixelated ghost from 10 years ago, go to the warehouse on a Tuesday morning and get it updated. Ensure your household card is actually assigned to the person you live with, because they are checking IDs against addresses more strictly than ever. Your membership card is no longer a ticket, it is a biometric passport to the warehouse. Do not let a bad photo or a shared card ruin your next shopping trip. Finally, warning number 5. This one is for the tech-savvy shoppers and those who use the Costco Next portal. While we love Costco for the bulk groceries, we often forget that they are one of the largest electronics retailers in the world, and that comes with unique lithium-ion risks. Specifically, Costco has issued a stop-use warning for certain Anchor power banks, specifically models 81257 and 1263. The manufacturing defect in these units allows the lithium-ion cells to overheat, leading to thermal runaway. This is not just a case of your phone getting a little warm. This is a situation where the power bank can melt through your nightstand and vent toxic smoke. But here is where it gets complicated: the Costco Next problem. Costco Next is a portal where you buy directly from brands like Anchor, Vikinger, Bocasio, using your membership for a discount. Because the transaction often happens on the supplier's website rather than Costco, the recall notice may not hit your Costco purchase history in the same way. It is not just batteries either. By early 2026, we have seen warnings for MIDA undambi air conditioning units, flagged for internal moisture trap issues that led to rapid mold growth. Undigbu heavy-duty coolers that have a latched effect causing finger-crushing hazards. You need to become a registered user for every electronic item you buy. Most of us skip the registration card in the box. Do not skip it. In 2026, with the speed of global manufacturing, these recalls are happening faster than Costco. Costco can mail out physical letters. Registering your product is the only way to get an instant push notification that your air conditioner or power bank is a fire hazard. The most expensive product at Costco is the one that burns your house down or costs you a finger. Stop treating your electronics like disposable goods and check those model numbers tonight. We have covered a lot of ground today, from the weary metal in the jerky to the exploding Prosecco, from the uninspected chili to the facial scanners at the door. It feels like a lot of bad news, and it can be overwhelming to think that the products we rely on could be dangerous. But I want to wrap this up with something a bit more profound. Tonight, I want you to take 20 minutes, just 20 minutes. Step 1. Go to your pantry and pull out any Kirkland or Golden Island meat products and look for those 2026 dates. Step 2. Check your wine rack for item number 1,879,870th. Step 3. Open your Costco app and make sure your digital membership is verified. Why do we care so much? Why are we so obsessed with Costco that our recall feels like a personal betrayal? It is because Costco represents one of the last shared truths in our society. In a world where everything feels like a scam, where prices are skyrocketing and quality is plummeting everywhere, Costco was the one place where we felt the big guy was looking out for the little guy. We pay that membership fee not just for the cheap hot dog, but for the peace of mind. We pay it so we do not have to be experts in food safety or glass manufacturing. When Costco issues these warnings, it is easy to get angry and ask how they could let this happen. But the fact that they are telling you, the fact that they are sending these letters, issuing these alerts, and taking the massive financial hit to pull millions of pounds of product is actually proof that the system is working. Most grocery stores would just quietly swap the stock and hope you do not notice. Costco tells you because they value your life more than they value a $15 refund. Costco knows everything you buy. Their data is perfect. Tonight, make sure your knowledge of your own pantry is just as perfect. We shop in bulk because we want to be prepared for the future. But being prepared does not just mean having 48 rolls of toilet paper. It means having the awareness to protect the people sitting around your dinner table. This video is your wake-up call to be an active participant in your own consumer safety. We live in a fast-paced, globalized world where mistakes happen. But those mistakes do not have to become your family's tragedy. Check your pantry, update your app, stay safe, stay informed, and remember that being a Costco member is a two-way street of responsibility. Take the time to do your audit tonight, and you can go back to enjoying those bulk buy savings with the confidence that your home is a safe haven. Thank you for watching, and please share this information with any other Costco members in your life who might have these items sitting in their pantries right now. Knowledge is the best protection we have.